This is something that showed up on my timeline, and it's from a woman named. Let me get her name. I just gotta make. I want to make sure that I do this correctly. Here, let's do this. Her name is Olivia Alexa. Olivia Alexa. And the name of the video is called Men Dictate Everything. I will put a link to her channel in the description after the show, or I will put a link to the video for y'all to be able to watch it also and let her know that Anton sent you. But I thought that this was an interesting title, and so I have not watched the video yet, but I thought that it would be interesting for us to. The title caught me. The title caught me, and so I thought it would be interesting for us to actually review this because just based off of the title alone, I disagree with it. But I want to be objective enough to actually watch this video and react to it in real time. So make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And turn on your notifications. Make sure you get that Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. I'm going to show y'all some of the gifts that they sent me that they're going to send you. Let's get it popping.
Hi, guys. So, this is something that stays on my mind. And I think the reason it stays on my mind is because of how strange this paradox is that surrounds it. So, like, men are so much more powerful than they think they are. But we've been so taught and conditioned that it's the other way around. And indeed, women are very powerful when it comes to things like nurturing and caring, etc. However, when it comes to a woman's behavior and tendencies, it all boils down to men. It is all at the discretion of men.
And this is where I disagree with her. I think that the first statement that she made was absolutely right. That's why I didn't stop it. I just let her keep cooking. But the second statement that she made, and hopefully she adds some context, is wrong. Let me talk about the first statement. She said that men are incredibly powerful, and basically that men don't even understand how much power that they really have. That is 100% correct. I can't stand, I can't stand when I see men that operate in a feminine energy, or they out here begging, or they complaining and they whining, but they not necessarily getting no results. There is nothing worse for me, even above women complaining, because I expect women to complain, and so it's much easier to hold them accountable. But you shouldn't expect for men to complain. And so what men don't realize, and one of the reasons that they complain, is because they don't realize how much power that they truly have. And if they start looking at themselves as kings, they would carry themselves differently. They wouldn't even allow some of these ratchet hoes to even be in their presence. They wouldn't be in relationships with them, right? They would have greater expectations, not only for themselves, but the people that surround them based off of how it is that they live their life. They would get more out of life by exercising a level of discipline, understanding that some women don't even deserve to be even kissing on your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so she's absolutely right in that way. But I think that she's wrong when she says women do it for men. But let me see if she add additional context before we get into that.
I don't care what lies women tell you, it's true, and women know it too. Let me explain. Women do things for men, women do things for the attention of men. Women can't deal with rejection and being ignored nearly as much as a man can because women get attention every single second of every single day of their life.
It's wrong. It's just 100% wrong because women do things for other women. Let me give you an example. You know why women want really big wedding rings? That ain't for us. We don't get nothing out of that. You know why they do it? They do it for other women. You know why it's so easy for women to ignore what men are saying, even in this content creation space today? Because they're not seeking the approval or change based off of results. They're doing it based off of how they feel. And then the only people that substantiate how they feel are other women. Women control other women. That's why you see feminism and women being incredibly influenced in how it is that they've moved throughout society today. That's why you see women often at times breaking up their own households. It's not because of men being influenced by it. It's not based off of what men say. Because men are saying, I want to keep my family intact. Men are saying, I want you. Or men are saying, listen, makeup and all of that extra stuff that you got on your face, those butterfly eyelashes and those BBLs, those are not necessarily the things that we want when we're looking for a wife. But even though women and all of their hypergamy, meaning that they look at the best possible option, will overwhelmingly overlook the thing that's best for her in order to be influenced by the things that they see other women do. I'm telling you, she could never be any more wrong. When you see women that's out here with these butterfly eyelashes, they're not doing it for men, they're doing it for other women. When you see these women wanting to have these big weddings, they're not doing it for men, they're doing it for other women. Overwhelmingly, now she's not completely wrong. Obviously, there's additional context, and hopefully she justifies her argument. But when I see things operating in society, I see women doing things for the approval of other women, not for men. Men do things for the approval of women, and women do things for the approval of women. Women don't do things for the approval of men. That's why they're so easily influenced to do the thing that's not best for them. Respectfully.
Getting attention is extremely normalized for women. However, if a man gets attention, it's somewhat of a rarity. But a woman can get attention just by walking down the street. So the effect of being ignored and not getting attention weighs a lot heavier on women than it does men. Look, every time you say silly shit like happy wife, happy life, you're giving away your power. And that's another video that I have this debunking that quote.
So we actually agree on some things because she's 100% right. I said that from the very beginning, from the day I came on the internet. I said that happy wife, happy life shit was a way for simps to justify them giving away their power and having that bad energy and teaching us wrong. Not me, because I had strong men in my life, but teaching us wrong as far as a society to justify how women feel instead of leaning into the thing that's best for them. She is 100% right on that part.
Because it's not true. Every time you chase after women and females and shower them with compliments, you're giving away your power.
Facts.
I'm not saying don't compliment, but women can tell when you're overdoing it in an effort to get in good with her.
It's called simping. She didn't know how to summarize it and just give it a label. It's called simping. It's what men do often at times with women that they know are bad content creators. For example, it's a lot of single baby mamas that's out here giving advice on how other women need to be operating with men. Not all single baby mamas. Some of them is halfway decent and they can give you some game or whatever like that. But it's some that's just living a life absolutely atrocious in real time that's then advising y'all women on how it is that y'all need to move. And y'all listen to them and take advice from them. But more importantly, they feel empowered because you'll see a bunch of simps in the chat supporting what it is that they do, which gives them the justification for why it is that they continue to do what they do. Because they know that just because they look a certain type of way, it's going to be able to justify how it is that they can operate online. They can say some of the most egregious shit and you're going to still rock with it. So in a way, she's like half right. But more importantly, men give away their power by simping. So maybe she's right with regard to the simps. But when it comes to men that actually understand their greatness and their power, they're not dealing with that shit. And that makes women uncomfortable. But why would it make women uncomfortable for the men that they actually want, actually saying what it is that they should be operating like, because they're not truly doing it for men. They're doing it for the approval of feminine energy, meaning other women and men that act like bitches. That's the truth.
Your power is masculinity, and that's why it's addictive to women. It's what
She's right.
draws them to
She's right on that. She's 100% right on that.
you. But once you give that masculine energy and power up, you have now become feminine.
We on the same page then. And this is why I like to listen to the whole video because it then adds additional context. And why I also said, but let me hear what she's going to say afterwards because she is 100% right. And she's speaking to other women and simps.
When a woman feels you are on her level, she will lose interest in you.
Yep.
This is why women will say they want a man that's on their level when they're describing like their perfect man.
They say, I want partners. That's what they say. They say, my partner. Whenever you hear a woman say, my partner, it's a red flag. Either you need to check that shit at the door and get it in order, or you need to figure out how you can address it accordingly. But whenever a woman say, my partner, it's a red flag. Trust me, it's a red flag.
But once you really dive into what they're looking for, they want a man that's above them, whether it be in status, money, knowledge, whatever the case may be. A woman wants to feel like she can be leveled up by a man.
And that she can submit to him. And that she can submit to him. I'm gonna read the
So,
super chat
guys,
shortly.
remember how powerful you are. You drive society. You drive the societal norms. You drive the societal standards when it comes to women.
She's 100% right on that. So I actually agree with her. Let me read the super chat, and then I see somebody in the chat that I actually want to respond to as far as they comment about this video. Respectfully. Give me a second. Uh, Kenyon Williamson says, need alpha leaders like you, bruh. By the way, I'm a software developer earning 400,000 contracting. Would love to share my journey. Need that coaching too, bro. Send me an email, Kenyon. Let's chop it up, big dog. Oh, you probably already in the bag chasers. So send me a message on Patreon or send me an email and we can chop it up, big bro. Shout out to you for the 50 ball and thank you for rocking out with me. I appreciate you. Somebody in the chat said this: media and black ego is the destroyer of the black race. You're wrong. You could never be more wrong. Media and black ego is the destroyer of the black race. You're wrong. Let me change that for you. Black culture and black women are the destroyer of the black race. Black culture, which means the things that you celebrate the most, your social norms, and then women is the destroyer of the black race. Should I save this fireside chat for tonight, for Wednesday night? Or do you want me to deep dive into this a little bit more? I got to get ready to go over to the dentist. That's why I say black culture is trash. And I also say, you said black ego. Usually when I hear somebody say black ego, they usually referring to men, right? And the interesting thing about ego is they associate that with toxic masculinity. That's one of the terms that they like to use. Is they think that we need to submit or lower ourselves to women in order to justify them being on our level, and it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. But I'm gonna save that because I want y'all to tune into the show tonight. Olivia Alexa, thank you for the context. I'm going to put a link to her video down in the chat if y'all want to go and if y'all want to be able to go and check her out. Thank you, Olivia Alexa. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat.